Okay, so we are just up at Hayburn Wyke on the Yorkshire coast. Come out with David Flower, we're going to shoot some coastal photography. You may be able to hear the waves crashing behind me. We're going to do some seascape stuff. The tide's coming in. We didn't really check the tide time, we're just winging it a little bit today. And it's coming in quite rapidly, so I need to go and get some long exposure shots taken. So that's what I'm doing today, some long exposure seascape stuff. Also going to take a few snaps on the Nikon F70 film camera. Now if you're interested, I'm also testing a different camera today, filming on the original DJI Pocket, or the Pocket 1 if you will. It belongs to Dave as well as the EM1 which I tested in my last video. I'm just using it to see how using a much smaller, much compact system will work. That's kind of one of the things that I really want, something light, very compact, something that I can just throw in my bag or even throw in my pocket and run around, film some footage with, and also be able to get some A-roll and B-roll on. So that's what I'm doing today. So we'll see how this footage comes out and what this video turns out like in terms of the quality of it, and this may be another contender for my YouTube video camera. All right, so I'm gonna go take some photos and I will show you those shortly. Okay, so I have a composition in mind. There's a big boulder covered in green moss just right where the waves are kind of washing over onto the shore right now. Very mindful that the tide is moving pretty fast, so got to get this set up with the filters and everything to get the exposure and the composition set, and then try and snap a few images from here and then move on and get hopefully a few more from around the coast. Also going to try and stand the drone up, so hopefully a little bit of drone B-roll in here, maybe some aerial photos of the scenery. But yeah, it's looking good. Conditions are great. It's a bit grey and overcast, but it's autumn, so you know, what do we expect? But yeah, I'm going to crack on and try and get this done. I'll check back in a minute. Okay, so I've just had to move my entire setup back by a couple of meters because although I thought I was pretty safe, a pretty decent sized wave came in, went straight under my tripod, straight under the little mini tripod that this camera's sitting on, and I actually thought that this was going to get taken by the waves. Yeah, that wouldn't have been good at all. So I've stepped it back a little bit, maybe about 3 meters back, so I'm hopeful that I can get the shot that I intended on getting just from a little bit further back, just utilising a slightly different focal length. But here we go again, we'll try it from here, so I'll check back in with you soon. Okay, so I've got set up with the camera now, got my filters, got my exposure, got my composition. I got the Nikon D750 with the Nikon 16-35 f4 and my leaf filters on the front there. I've got a 0.9 medium edge grad and the little stopper on there, so I'm just going to shoot off a couple of shots and see how they come out, and if it's any good, it'll be on the screen in a moment. So I've stepped right back up the beach because the tide is really coming in now, and I've had to move a few times just to get the shot that I wanted. So removed ourselves from that little hazard, and I've now set up a little composition just looking down the shoreline. There's a nice little S-curve in the beach with all the boulders all over the beach here. It's not a sandy beach whatsoever where we are right now. I'm hoping this S-curve works in my favour. I've got a nice little composition. I'm saying it's nice, it looks nice. Whether the actual image turns out how I would like it to is a complete other thing. But yeah, hopefully this turns out right, so I'm going to snap away and we'll see how it comes out. Right, okay, so one last composition from this part of the beach. The temperature's dropped a little bit, so I've put my trusty Valorette photography gloves on. More about those in another video. So I've got a composition framed up here where I've got the boulders on the beach in the foreground, a nice little S-curve in the distance, a big rock in the mid-ground in the water with the waves washing around it, and then the cliff with a load of trees covering it in the background. Moody skies, nice choppy waters. So I'm going to shoot this and I'll put the image up on the screen in a moment. Okay, so we didn't get to shoot the waterfall, which is just down on the beach, so that way we're back up on the cliff tops now. There was a few people around it, which made it difficult to get a composition. Obviously, everybody's free to come and go. Just bad timing, I suppose, on our part. And also the tide was coming in really, really fast. And by the time we would have got set up, it would have been washing up because the waterfall actually comes down onto the beach and the tide does come all the way in on this beach. So yeah, just bad timing, but there's always next time. All right, so the light is rapidly fading, which means we're not really going to get anything else done here. But I'm happy with what I've got so far. Hopefully you will have seen those images by now on this video. So let me know what you think about those images. It's definitely a location that I'm going to be coming back to really soon. I haven't been here for years, and I forgot just how nice it is. There's woodland and coastal all in one kind of location, and at this time of the year all the colours are starting to come through and it looks phenomenal. So definitely need to be back in better lighting conditions. It's been very overcast, very grey today, so not too sure the woodland would have been the best spot for it, but I'll definitely be back for some of that. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, I've been shooting this video on David Flower's Osmo Pocket 1, the original Osmo Pocket, which is a great little setup. He's got this DJI handle / controller that has made operating it absolutely incredible. It's a really sleek and small setup, which is brilliant for shoving in the bag or just holding on to while you're walking around. Really good for filming this kind of content on. So I didn't really want to make this a video about testing the camera. I just thought I'd maybe spend too much time talking about the camera. I just wanted to film some stuff with it, film me shooting some photos, because that's what I prefer to be doing. It's not a technical test by any means, but it is a test for me. I really enjoyed what I've seen with it so far, and hopefully the video looks good coming out of it. Right, so I'm going to leave it there for this video. If you've got any thoughts on the original Osmo Pocket or any of the Osmo Pocket range that you want to let me know about, anything you want to tell me about them, please do so. If you've got any other cameras similar to this that are going to fit that really small, compact sort of form that I'm looking for in a vlogging camera, YouTube camera, if you will, let me know about those. If you like the video, if you like the images, please give the video a thumbs up. It really would be appreciated. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I really would appreciate it, and it really does help the growth of the channel. Right, that's it from here in Hayburn Wyke on the Yorkshire coast. It's been great, and I'll see you in the next one.